Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm doing right now is that I'm rolling up my sleeves. Because just like I posted in the stories, Facebook stories, this conversation here is going to be heavy. And there's going to be some emotion. It's going to be even some strong emotion. And I actually tried to put a description like I normally do. And for whatever reason, I kept getting video queries. And I just believe as far as it's just a tactic as far as from the enemy to really derail me from this message. But I truly believe, and I don't know who this is for. I really don't know who this is for. Maybe by the end of all this, it may be just myself. But I've been called and compelled to have a conversation with y'all. Before I even get started, I just want to say, before, it was supposed to have been a podcast interview series with Nicole Fletcher. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened. I wasn't able to get a hold as far as my special guest. So if she's watching this, I hope that all is well. And I would love as far as for us to move forward and even reschedule. So she still has that option there. So Nicole, if you're watching, if you're listening, if you're catching this live or maybe on a replay, just reach out to me. I'm pretty sure we can definitely work something out. Okay. So don't worry about it. Just if something came up, take care as far as what you have to take care of. Get back in contact with me as soon as you can so we can go ahead and move forward, because I just believe that what you have something special, and now is your time for the world to know about you and what you do. And don't let nothing or no one derail you from that. So that's a message from myself on behalf of Transformation Greatness, along with the Small Business Network podcast, to you as well. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump into this thing, because again, this is going to be heavy. Transformation Greatness, along with the Small Business Network podcast. This is episode 149. And I actually titled this Shawn versus Antoine. If you ever seen some of my podcasts, my live streams, or my talks, and which I have done, normally I like to do an interview style as far as with my alter ego, my other half. Because we have two halves, each and every single one of us, we have the side that we want as far as for people to know about us, what we want to portray. But then there's that other side that we try to keep hidden. We try to keep that a secret, because if you know about that other side of us, you probably wouldn't want to connect with us. You probably really wouldn't want to do business with us, right? I'm just an individual that I'm very transparent. And I believe by me being transparent and letting you know there's another side of the founder and creator of Transformation Greatness, the partner and CEO and TV and radio personality from the Small Business Network, another side from the speaker, the coach, the hypnotherapist practitioner, the author, the PR manager from the Circle of Love United, and a member of so many different organizations. There's another side of me. And I believe, as being a servant leader, by me sharing my thoughts along with you, because you are, even though on Facebook, but you are my Facebook family, I feel it's only right. So this conversation here, it's going to be heavy. It's going to be with emotion. My voice may even rise up a bit more based upon what I'm speaking about, because this is real and this is authentic. This is not scripted. This is real life here. And so I want to take you along that journey with you, if you allow me to. And the goal is for someone to get value out of this, to resonate with this, and yet, most importantly, be able to rise and overcome. So let's go ahead and get started here. As you're tuning in, do me a favor, if you will. if you're catching this on the live, like as of right now, put in the comments, #live. Let me know exactly where you're tuning in from. And more importantly, if you're tuning in, engage in this conversation. If there's anything in which that resonates with you, if there's anything that you're like, you know what, that's a mic drop there. Put that in the comments. Let's have a conversation on this Friday evening. I'm located here in Atlanta, Georgia, by the way, in the Magic Center, aka where the dream, everything happens. Everything happens right here. As you see on the back there, I have a bunch of like just information and quotes. I mean, that's something in which I practice on a daily basis as a refresher. If you should happen to catch this on a replay, because you have other commitments, you have other things going on, it's a Friday, by all means, put in #replay and let me know as well if you're getting value from this. Or more importantly, if there's anyone that you believe that can benefit from this. Let's go ahead and get started. Shawn versus Antoine. And why I came up with this topic, I was taking a shower and I was really contemplating, and I said, okay, since that we won't be moving forward with the originally scheduled plan, what would be something in which I can provide to the audience? And this download came to me. Just talk about yourself. Shawn versus Antoine. Talk about what you are basically a part of right now. What are you looking to accomplish? And how that other half, the inner demons, the adversary, keeps coming at you. And I debated because I said, like, man, I don't know how people are going to receive that. I really don't know. And I was just led to believe that, do it anyway. So here we go, guys. Obedience is better than sacrifice. I don't know about you. Come on, somebody. Obedience is better than sacrifice. So let's jump into this thing. So Shawn, who is Shawn, by the way? What has Shawn got going on right now? So Shawn, what he has going on right now, for starters, he's going to be starting a new position. All right, fantastic. I'm going to be starting that on the 21st, starting a new job. And in addition with that, I'm going to be a part of some very exclusive summits and conferences. And it's very, very exciting. Very exciting. It is like really a true blessing in itself. And I will go ahead and share it with you guys because of the fact that, right, we're family, right? No judgment, right? So cool. So for starters, for December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, I'll be a part of the National Association of Black Defenders Incorporated. And there's going to be an event called Social Change Movement. Again, that's a social change movement here in downtown Atlanta, December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And that's going to be an awesome 3-day event in which they're going to be highlighting on social awareness, change. There's also going to be some powerhouse speakers and many influential individuals from all around the country that's going to be sharing their secrets on business, on branding, marketing, and so much more. So if you are interested and you would like to know more information about that, by all means, please feel free to reach out to me. But also to shift as far as in February 2024, yours truly will be a part of the Powerful on Purpose Summit hosted by Dr. Tabitha Russell, in which I have an opportunity to be one of the speakers as well. But that's not all. Shift to March. We'll then be boogieing down to Motown. I like that. Boogie on down to Motown. Detroit, Michigan will be a part of the Leadership Experience Tour with Shawn Fair. And that in itself is like, wow. In addition of what I'm currently doing as of right now, of course. We're doing the speaking, the coaching, the TV, the radio, creating change and impact every which way in which that I can. Yeah. So that's Shawn. That is Shawn. making things shake in the universe. So now in comparison, who is this gentleman, this other half, Antoine? Who is he? Why are you incorporating him in this live stream? Antoine was the old me. Antoine is the cynical, manipulative, negative, just always down, highly critical individual. Antoine's the kind of person that if he was to step into the room and it was a positive vibe, Antoine will be the one that will wreck it. Why is that? Because you see, Antoine, how the way he grew up in a very toxic and volatile environment. And all he knew was survival. All he knew is as far as having a good talk game to get what he wants, when he wants, and how he wants. Antoine came from an environment where people that he admired and respected were negative, were criminals, was thugs, was gangsters, was hoes, prostitutes, crackheads, junkies. Yeah, I said it. But that's Antoine. So the reason why Shawn and Antoine is a part of this live stream, ladies and gentlemen, is because of the fact every single day it's a back and forth. Now, from what I can tell you, Shawn predominantly wins on the course of a day. How do I know that? Because it shows in the results. It shows in my way of thinking. It shows in the way on how the way I present myself, on how I'm always reading, studying, learning, growing, pushing past that comfort level, putting in the sacrifice, putting in the commitment, putting in the work, right? Doing all that I can as an individual with the time that I have. But then there's Antoine. Antoine is like, got the same 24 hours. But Antoine's always trying to look for a way to get ahead. Always trying to look for a way to get what he wants. Antoine's the type of individual that he adopts the tiger, which is my spirit animal, by the way. If you haven't known, tiger is my spirit animal. But Antoine really takes it to another level. He doesn't take it and transform into a lion. He transforms into something that is so cynical, so evil, that when you look at it, you're like, oh my God. But Antoine relishes in that. He loves it. So every day, I have to work my hardest to arrest Antoine. Because you see, Antoine is a part of my father, which was a rolling stone. I have brothers and sisters that I don't even know yet, right? But that was the life that he lived. Antoine is that person in your neighborhood that no one wants to be around because they're bad news. And their energy is just so negative. Antoine is that kind of person that if you have a daughter, you better not. Well, let me say this. This is what I know about Antoine. Antoine, if you have a daughter that's over 18, oh, he's going to work hard to get her. Absolutely. And it doesn't matter by any means necessary. So as you see, Shawn and Antoine every day goes through a spiritual battle. Antoine's the type of individual that if you do something wrong, he lets you know about it, and he haggles you day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out. So, because I'm sharing my thoughts as a servant leader, Shawn is the type of individual that would get on this live stream and be fully transparent and could really care less what anybody thinks. Why? Because Shawn knows his calling. He knows his purpose. He knows he's doing this live stream right now, and there was a point, a rhyme, and a reason to it, and he realizes that it's bigger than himself, right? It's bigger than anything in which that he is currently doing, because it's all about giving value to you, the audience. It's giving value to that young man or that young woman that is thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, but they're like, man, you know what? No one believes in me, right? No one thinks that I got what it takes. People laugh at me when I dream big, right? When I'm looking to break the generational curses, and they're like, man, have you lost your mind? Like, who do you know? This is Shawn speaking. But Antoine, on the other hand, he's like this. Damn, Tammy. You really been doing this podcast? You really been doing this brand for this long? And you haven't gotten there yet? You kidding me? Dr. James, are you serious, man? Like, okay. Yeah, that's cool. But now what? Shawn. Dude. You got all these big dreams and goals. You want to take the small business network into every household. You want to be in radio stations talking about the small business network. You want to highlight the small business network. You want to highlight transformation greatness. You want to travel all around the world, motivating, encouraging, and inspiring the masses. Man, are you kidding me, bro? Are you serious, man? Dude, do you know where we're from? You, of all people? Who the hell gonna give you an opportunity, man? Come on. Come on, man. Bro. You're a black man in America. You know as far as how our success rate is. Man, please. Come on. You can fool everybody on this audience, but you can't fool me, bro. Cause I'm you. So every day I have to work. Not hard, but extra hard on arresting Antoine. And that's the reason why I truly believe, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm not in competition with Dr. James, Tammy Morrison, Dr. Tabitha Russell, Shawn Fair, Jackie Stroll, Patrick Gray, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Tony Robbins. I'm not in competition with none of them folks. I'm in competition with myself to prove that I can do it, to shut Antoine up, because Antoine is relentless. It's like a roaring lion looking to pounce on the opportunity when I'm like, man, boy, trying to make things shake and it's not moving the way that it's supposed to. And Antoine's like, yeah, Negro. Yeah, I told you, man. I've been trying to tell you, man, for the past 12 years, man. And you ain't listening to me, bro. Yeah, man. You keep listening to Dr. James and Shawn Fair and everybody else, man. And you keep, putting in the work, man. You keep busting your tail, man. Yeah, you keep sacrificing, man. Financially, time-wise, and everything else, man. But look, bro. Listen to me, man. You listening to them, but listen to me. They already got it made. They already got it like that, man. But look at you. This is how Antoine speaks. I want to ask you something, guys. Who is your other half? Did you give your other half a name? Do you have conversations with your other half? Does your other half try to speak to you on a daily basis as it does mine? Does your other half heckle you? Does your other half criticize you, vilify you, constantly try to remind you of your past and who you were? Let you know about your shortcomings each and every single opportunity it gets. Come on now, somebody talk to me now. Don't get silent on me now. I see the comments. Let's have a real conversation here. This is thoughts from a servant leader. Talk to me, guys. This is real. Talk to me. every single day. But you know what I admire and respect about Shawn? You know what I admire about this young chap? Is that he has earned and learned through the mentors, through life experiences, through with the power of God. He have learned the art of resilience. He have learned to be a comeback champion, to be a warrior, to not just talk the talk, but walk it. Lead by action, by results, by faith. Antoine cannot stand that. He hates that with a burning passion. Burning passion. Now, I understand that this podcast here, it may not be for everybody. And I totally get that. I totally get that. That's why I put in the Facebook stories, this podcast, it will be heavy, ladies and gentlemen. There will be emotion. There will even be strong emotion. I won't use profanity because that's what Antoine, he wants me to do. I'm not going to do that out of respect. But I want to make sure that this is powerful, that this is going to be authentic, this is going to be real. And if I can even be even more real, before I even click that live button, this is real. I prayed, guys, for God to give me the words to speak. Because I don't want to slip up and say the wrong thing. I don't want to offend nobody. But at the same time, you need to know as far as on who Shawn A. White is. Founder and creator of Transformation Greatness, radio and TV personality from the Small Business Network, along with my business partner, Dr. James McConnell. You need to know who this partner's CEO is. You need to know who this hypnotherapist practitioner is. You need to know on who this author is. You need to know from this future rising star on who I am. Unveil the curtain. Spare no expense. Who am I? Who are you? There's many individuals that would say, oh, well, you know what? I don't have an other half. This is me all day, every day. And pardon my French. And I apologize for anybody that's going to watch this in the near future. But I'm going to say something. And I apologize for what I'm about to say. Cover your ears. You a goddamn lie. You a damn lie. And why I say that? Why I feel so strong about that? Because everybody on the face of this planet has two sides. Everybody. Good and evil. Yin and yang. It has to be that way. If not, there wouldn't be any balance. I'm just one of those individuals. I'm the type of person that I'll let you know who I am. I'm just real about it. I didn't say I'm a jerk. I didn't say I'm an a-hole. But you have to know on who I am. You have to know if you're doing business or if we're going to do business of who I am. Shawn is a person that is ambitious, goal-oriented, professional. I have a servant heart. I love people. But I fall short, right? I'm going through situations right now financially, right, that I'm pulling it together. I have a work ethic and a drive that's getting better and better and better and better and better. I'm an independent individual. Dr. James knows this. I'm an independent individual. I'm a person that I like to make things happen instead of talking about it. I'm an action taker. But Antoine, he's the type of person. He's also an action taker, ladies and gentlemen. But it's all about what can benefit Antoine. Come on, somebody. How can I get over with the least amount of effort? What books can I read on the power of manipulation to get over? Antoine is lazy. Antoine wants things his way. Antoine is spoiled. Antoine is cunning, insidious. And Antoine can care less about anybody but himself. I'm pausing for a reason, because I want that to sink in. We all have an opportunity on a daily basis with the tools, the resources, everything in which that we're learning, the people that we align ourselves with. We all have an opportunity to be that change agent, that individual that's here to serve in a purpose, to serve in a calling, and do it with faith and conviction. Or we can be the other individual on who we was in the past and continue to live in that moment and use excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. Which, by the way, Antoine loves to make excuses, by the way. Did you know that? Yeah. And I have to call Antoine out on that. And Antoine doesn't like that because he gets loud, right? He gets aggressive, right? I believe that Antoine has a Gemini side to them. I think so. It's interesting because I'm a Virgo, but someone told me that I have a Gemini rising, which basically means it's more like of a Joker, a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Try to arrest that. I don't know who this is for. I really don't know. For all I know, it may be just for myself. As a reminder that even though you have came so far, but yet still so much to be done, man. So much to be done. So much. You're just getting started. And yet Antoine is saying, like, you know what? You have reached your peak. You need to stop before people really find out the real you. And man, dude, just work a regular job, bro. Just have about 7, 10 to 15 women. It's okay, man. You know what I mean? Just be stingy. Don't worry about nobody. Just worry about yourself, right? I mean, you see on the news and things like that, you got so many people that just worry about themselves, and they got Bentleys and they got houses and mansions and they chilling. They traveling all around the world, man. Dude, you got the intellect. Dude, you got the smarts. Dude, you know how to speak. Come on, man. Come on. This is me we talking about. Come on, bro. And you know what I have to tell Antoine? Thank you for sharing, but this is my life. And guess what? We're going to do it God's way. And if you don't like that, Antoine, then you know where you can go. And of course, Antoine, he gets into a pissy mood. He tries to fuss me out and stuff like that. But Antoine don't run no show. He don't run the show. Because what God has in store for this young man is going to impact and inspire millions of people for His grace, His glory. And guess what? When that happens, there will be rewards for that. Now, don't get this confused, right? I'm not doing this strictly as far as for the accolades and awards and all that other stuff, right? But that all, it just comes along with the territory. So don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But Antoine, he wants it for the recognition. He wants it for the glory. He wants it to be like, yeah, you see me? I'm the man, right? I'm the man, right? Yeah, you see me? Yeah, I'm big and bad. Yeah. Doesn't work that way. I'm going to end this podcast with this. I think you guys got the point. I think you have a clear distinction of who Shawn versus Antoine is. Tonight, as you're watching this podcast, I want everyone, I don't care what time you do it, I don't care when you do it, but I want you to sit back. And I want you to have a conversation as far as with your alter ego. And I want you to really get very intentional about that. Because some of the stuff in which that you will hear not only is going to be frightening, but you need to know on how the way your alter ego is responding, your other half is responding. Because the thing is, there's keys and there's wisdoms in that, and even truths as well. So pay attention to that, because if you're going through a situation that you can't get out of, more times than not, it's because your alter ego, your other half, is trying to tell you the truth to bring it to your attention, so that way you can become solution oriented, to be able to have the skills and the talent and the gifts that you have inside of you, yes, you, to fix it. And I want you to think about that one. So until family, this concludes episode 149 from Transformation Greatness Loan to Small Business Network podcast. We were talking about Shawn versus Antoine. If you got a lot of value from this, by all means, please feel free to put it in the comment section, reach out to me. Let me know as far as what resonated with you pertaining to this topic. And if you believe only that there is someone or community that can benefit from this talk that we just had for the past half an hour, I believe, go ahead and share it out. Go ahead and share it out. Because what I just spoke about is something that people think about and they go through every single day. But because they do not know how to articulate it, or they don't have the courage to speak on that, I'm the one to speak on their behalf. Let that sink in as well. So until then, family, if what I stated on here either motivated, transformed, or inspired at least one person, then may God be the glory, and I take no credit for absolutely none of it. Until then, you're all amazing. Thank you so much for everybody that commented. Tammy, my business partner, Dr. James, I appreciate you, brother, so much, man. You guys keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on rocking and rolling. And by His grace and mercy, look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Because guess what? We have a show that's going to be kicking off at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. So check your local listings. Until then, enjoy your evening and have a set point. Thank you for your time, family. Have a good one. Good night.